I was in my house and heard a rumble, explosions. There were 2 explosions. I ran out of my house and there was black smoke. I thought...
Только что сбили самолет, группа минера, Янакиева упал.
Выжить не удалось никому. Упавший на Украине пассажирский Боинг.
Obviously, the world is watching reports of a downed passenger jet near the Russia-Ukraine border. And it looks like it may be a terrible tragedy.
Malaysia Airlines has confirmed that the aircraft did not make a distress call.
I just finished a conversation with the Prime Minister of the Netherlands. I offered our condolences on behalf of the Ukrainian people and invited Dutch experts to open an investigation of this act of terrorism.
As it crossed or was near the border of Ukraine and Russia, blown out of the sky.
This tragedy would not have happened if there were peace on that land.
Malaysian Airlines MH17 has been shot down over the eastern Ukraine, it seems, by Russian-backed rebels.
If somebody did this on purpose, then we want everything to be done to get those involved in court so they will be punished accordingly.
Was likely downed by a surface-to-air missile, an SA-11, operated from a separatist-held location in eastern Ukraine. Thus, we cannot rule out technical assistance from Russian personnel in operating the systems.
Malaysia calls for all parties to protect the integrity of the crash site.
Ukraine officials also said at a press conference that the pro-Russia rebels are not allowing investigators to collect and transfer the evidence, and rescue groups are currently working under the control of armed rebels.
As a grandparent, you just hope that none of the children or the grandchildren will go before you. And now it has happened.
Today we have reports of drunken separatists piling the remains of people into trucks.
Ящики черные. У нас нету. У кого, Леша? Сейчас давай я узнаю, постараюсь узнать. Очень оперативно узнай, срочно. Москва интересуется по поводу того, где ящики.
A rebel leader in Ukraine says the black boxes from downed Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 have been found and they will be given to aviation authorities.
Just imagine that you first get the news that your husband was killed, and then within 2 or 3 days you see images of some thug removing a wedding band from their hands.
No one should and no one has the right to use this tragedy to achieve their own selfish political goals.
These separatists are removing evidence from the crash site, all of which begs the question, what exactly are they trying to hide?
The first plane will take off tomorrow and we will continue until the last victim is identified and brought home.
The 2 black box recorders from flight MH17 shot down over Ukraine are handed over to Malaysian officials. Alexander Borodai handed them over after lengthy negotiations with Malaysia, whose officials thanked him for doing so.
Honorary guards placed the coffins onto a transport plane to be flown to the Netherlands.
The bodies are driven in a convoy of hearses to a military barracks where forensics experts will begin the grim work of putting names to the remains.
It was declared that the data collected by U.S. technical intelligence and the satellite photographs proved that the rocket was launched from the territory controlled by the rebels. Question: where is this data? Why is it not presented to the public? Are they, so to say, still making it?
In the wooded area there, we saw what we believe to be the biggest kind of intact piece of the fuselage.
The head of the Dutch police mission in Ukraine had said it had been difficult to get access to the site as the search for remains goes on.